October 11. We are watching the UFC co-main event, Davison Figuereido versus, Montel Jackson. We are in the second round, I believe. Both men are fighting out of orthodox stance, with actually both men are now fighting out of southpaw stance. Davison is doing a little bit of switch hitting. Davison switched back to orthodox. Jackson sticking with southpaw stance. Jackson looks to have at least the longer legs. I can't really tell if he has a longer reach, just because right now they're not really throwing a lot. A moment ago, Figuereido did have Jackson down on the ground, had his back for an exchange. Hey, Dabam, how are you doing? We're watching UFC. Jackson being very cautious here, throwing a lot of little, not even faint jabs. Oh, then he opens up with a lead right hook. Both men being a little bit hesitant. Figuereido keeps switching stances. I guess just to try to get a different look. Figuereido rushes in with an overhand right. Now he switches back to southpaw stance. Jackson connects with a nice cute little jab. Jackson with the inside kick. Just under a minute and a half to go here in this second round. I'm not sure that constantly switching really helps Figuereido. Alright, Jackson just connected with a decent jab. Figuereido feinted like he was going to go for a takedown and then came upstairs. Figuereido slipped Jackson's jab. He didn't slip that one. Jackson connected. Jackson connects again. So Jackson might be getting a little more confident here with his jab landing the way it is. Jackson's a little bit forward, leaning forward on his front foot. Figueiredo's nice and upright. Assume because he's trying to time a moment to shoot in and get a takedown. Just under 20 seconds to go here in this second round. Oh, a nice connect for Jackson. Connected with a knee and some strikes. Another jab lands well for Jackson. Attempts a knee. Figuereido with a nice hard body shot, but that's the bell. Jackson looked a little confused at the end of that round, like he didn't know where to go. Hey, how are you guys? We are watching UFC Fight Night. It's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. We're watching the co-main event, Davison Figuereido versus the American Montel Jackson, and of course the main event is Charles Oliveira, who takes on the 3-week notice Gamrot from Poland. Apparently, I'm not sure exactly what happened to Fiziev, but he fell off the card, so Gamrot gallantly stepped up to the plate and figured he's up for the challenge, so we'll see. How are you guys doing? Are you guys boxing fans or MMA fans? We did a live stream earlier for the boxing fight that took place in Sheffield, England. I was really rooting for Dave Allen to defeat Arslanbek Makhmudov, but Makhmudov prevailed. I feel like he had a really smart game plan, and he took enough rounds, so he got the decision. Now that was not a predictable outcome for me, but in retrospect, it was a smart game plan. All right, here we go. Third round. Davison Figueiredo, hometown favorite here, or at least this is his home country, right? He's fighting in Sao Paulo, Brazil, versus the American Montel Jackson. Figueiredo with a lead head kick attempt, didn't quite connect. Oh, very nice sharp jab lands for Jackson. It does appear that Jackson does have the height and reach advantage. That means Figuereido really needs to set up his strikes and his takedowns very, very effectively. He needs to use a lot of feinting motions. Jackson with an attempted head kick doesn't connect. Davison maintains that really upright torso. Every now and again he moves his torso left and right, kind of preemptively. Davison with a inside leg kick attempt. Both men standing right in front of each other here, but neither one really throwing much, not really committing. Figuereido keeps switching stances. Not sure if that's really helping him that much, because in the end he needs to close distance. Okay, so Figuereido with a jab kick attempt, didn't connect. Switches back to southpaw, then he switches back to righty. Takes a few little sideways steps to circle around Jackson. All right, we're at the 3-minute mark here in the third and final round. Or is this going for another 2 rounds? I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. Okay, Figuereido with a lot of lateral movement, but not enough action. Oh, and Jackson with a nice calf kick that buckled Figueiredo's lead leg. Hi, how are you guys doing? Let me know if you're a boxing fan, an MMA fan, or watching UFC Sao Paulo right now. It's Davison Figueiredo versus a longer, lankier American fighter. Jackson lands a jab and then another, attempts a 1-2. Figueiredo's trying to bob underneath Jackson's punches. Now Figueiredo's using his lateral movement to move around on the outside. He switches stances a couple times. He only has 2 minutes to get something to happen here in this third round. Jackson with the inside kick attempt. Not the most exciting fight. Okay, the men fall into a clinch. Jackson has both underhooks. Figueiredo has both overhooks. Jackson picks Figueiredo up. Does a bit of a hip throw to get him on the ground, but Figueiredo pops right back up. Now they're back in striking distance with just under a minute and a half to go. Jackson staying right on top of Figueiredo. He's not letting the stance switches phase him at all. Figueiredo's still a shorter, stockier guy moving around on the outside. The only issue with that is, of course, he needs to get in on the inside. He can't just linger around on the outside like he is. Under a minute to go here. Can't quite tell what Figueiredo's game plan is here. Gonna assume he knew he's gonna face a taller guy with a longer reach. Hearing a few whistles from the crowd, which are basically boos. There's really not much action here happening in the final minute of this. We just have Figueiredo moving side to side, around, stepping forward, stepping back. Figueiredo opens up with a head kick attempt. Doesn't land. He waves Jackson in. Jackson comes in. Figueiredo with the underhook. Jackson with the whizzer. Figueiredo's not able to get a takedown. The two men hug it out at the end of the fight. All right. Well, did Figueiredo do enough to win that one? I don't know about that. To be honest, I really wasn't paying attention to the first part of the fight. Are any of you guys watching this UFC fight? All right, we're on commercial break. Talk to me. What are you guys into? Boxing, MMA, both? Who are your favorite fighters? Who's your favorite boxer? Who's your favorite MMA fighter? Joe Louis, definitely one of my favorite fighters. As far as MMA goes, I would have to pick Fedor Emelianenko. How about you guys? Thank you guys if you're joining us for the first time. My name is Hamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter. I'm a former judo champ, and I enjoy doing fight breakdowns. I also enjoy doing some live stream fight analysis. So we are watching UFC in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Main event is Charles Oliveira versus Gamrot. So here we go with the decision for Figuereido.
Judge
29-28 Jackson. 29-28 Figuereido. Oh, wow. All right, and then split decision for Davison Figuereido. He might have got the home court advantage there. That's interesting. I don't know that he won. I don't know that he could arguably give him the second round. I don't know if the two judges that gave it to him gave him the first or the third, but a very emotional Davison Figuereido in tears after this. I'm not sure why people are whistling. That's a boo. Hi, how are you guys doing? What's going on, Seth? What's going on, David L? What's going on, is it Gretel? Tell us. What's up, Kaylee's? Alright, Figueiredo's addressing the crowd.
This is what it's about. We pour our blood in here for your entertainment. This is our lives in here. And there are a lot of people online wishing me harm and wishing that I wouldn't win this fight. And all I can say is be with God, be good. It was a very strategic matchup.
Davison said something about be with God. Oh, in the replay we showed Davison getting a nice Shigari inside throw, as well as a very nice double leg takedown. So I don't know if they, gave more credit to him for getting those. Figueiredo says he wants to fight Marav Dvalishvili. I don't think he's ready for that. He's definitely going to have to work on his striking game if he wants that fight. All right, well, even though he came up short on the scorecards, according to those scorecards, I think Jackson gave a good showing for himself, and hopefully, the UFC powers that be will make note of his performance. All right, up next, we are waiting on Charles Oliveira versus Gamrot. Now, I'm not sure who they're flashing to in the audience, but I guess that's a famous guy. Right, now they're going to an ad for Dana White's Contender Series. Tuesday and Friday. Oh, sorry. Is this... Hold on. I made a mistake. I said this fight is in Sao Paulo. It's in Rio. My bad. I'm gonna have to change that. I'm gonna have to change my thumbnail. All right, we are waiting for the main event: Charles Oliveira versus Gamrot. How are you guys doing? Saturday night. What are you doing for fun? What are you gonna do tomorrow, Sunday? All right, we are going to some promo footage for Charles Oliveira. So Charles Oliveira, of course, he has that story coming from the favela in Sao Paulo. Became a UFC champion, and I'm sure he wants to go after that again. So Oliveira says he's excited to be headlining. Gamrot is a Polish fighter who works out in Florida at the ATT gym, and yeah, he used social media to help get this fight. I think he shot out a bunch of tweets when Fiziev fell off the card. He said, "Hey, I'm here, I'm ready." So he got the fight. Looks like Gamrot has very good grappling skills. Charles says he's happy to be fighting in Brazil, of course, in front of the hometown crowd. Do you guys watch MMA? Do you enjoy watching boxing fights? Who are your favorite fighters? All right, tell me what your favorite food is. Right now I got some of these organic blue corn chips. All right, here we go. Playing the walkout music for Gamrot. Oh wow, Gamrot breaks out into a sprint. Runs away from the security and the camera. Does a little sprint to the cage. That's funny. I'm not sure how to say his first name. I guess it's Mateuz. Mateuz Gamrot. That's pretty funny. I've never seen anybody sprint away from security and the camera like that. Alright. Gamrot's getting got greased up. He's getting checked out by the official. I don't know why they touch them all over like that. It's kind of weird, but here we go. Gamrot's getting into the cage. Alright, the lights go down. Come up, green. We're about to walk out Charles Oliveira. Are you guys watching this UFC fight? It looks like the stands are pretty full in this arena. Here we have Charles walking out rather calmly. Oliveira acknowledges the crowd. Now Oliveira starts his walk towards the cage. Charles stops to kiss his wife, his baby, hug up his family members. Oh, and Charles has the custom trunks. Kind of, hi, how are you doing? Thank you for, thanks for that emoji. That's pretty cool. What is it, a six-fingered hand? Oliveira's hugging up his corner. Everybody has that bleach blonde hairdo. Cut man starts to put grease on him. And Oliveira steps into the cage. He turns to acknowledge the crowd before he gets in the cage. Oh, he actually hugs up his opponent. Gamrot acknowledges the opposite corner. Interesting. Before he makes his way to his own corner. All right, who do you guys have in this fight? You think Oliveira gets a submission? Or Gamrot get a ground and pound and KO? Who you guys going with? Oh, okay, only 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fingers and 1 thumb. All right, I get it. You got Oliveira? Cool. Yeah, I'm rooting for Oliveira too. I'm hoping this fight doesn't go the distance because I'm hungry. Do you think Oliveira will get him out of there before time's up? You don't think so? Alright, you think it might go the distance, huh? Alright. I'll just have to suck it up for 29 minutes. Oh, apparently Gamrot is ranked number 8. Alright, and they're introducing Oliveira as the number 4 lightweight. Interesting observation. He's a tough takedown machine, but the ground is no place to be with Oliveira. That's a good point. Yeah, Gamrot is a good, really good wrestler. So let's see how this plays out. Interesting. I think they got a German beer as a sponsor. Do they? Spaten? Is that German beer? All right, here we go. Both men fighting out of orthodox stance. And we get going with the strikes right away. Charles with a nice calf kick there. Oh, Gamrot just got tagged with a nice a jab from Oliveira. Gamrot lands a short little right on Oliveira himself, but it wasn't straight on. Oh, tanks a right, shoots in for a single, gets Charles down on the ground. Charles has an overhook though, and looks like a half butterfly. Both men are almost in a sitting position. Charles puts himself down on his back. He's isolated one of Gamrot's arms with both of his legs. He's reached behind and he's got hold of one of Gamrot's legs. The calf part. Interesting little scramble here by Gamrot. Gamrot's down on the ground now. Oliveira still maintaining that figure 4 on Gamrot's arm. Not a good place to be, like you said. Not a good place to be on the ground with Oliveira. Oh, Oliveira has great control here. Gamrot breaks free. trying to go for a little ground and pound. Charles secures another overhook. Gets one leg behind, again over Gamrot's, through his armpit. Gamrot steps over to try to capture Oliveira's head. So Gamrot's kind of maintaining his leverage there. Oliveira pulls up, turns into Gamrot from behind. Now Charles, little scramble, gets up, comes back down on top of Gamrot. Has Gamrot's back at the moment. Doesn't have hooks in just yet, but he's got a body lock up top. Gamrot's down on all fours, turtled up. Oliveira has one arm in. I can't tell if he's talking to the ref or he's just what he's doing. He's saying something to somebody. Charles is. He's on top. Gamrot's just staying on all fours. I think he's saying something about maybe Gamrot grabbing the glove or whatever. Okay, so Charles works to get one hook in. He gets one hook in, gets the other hook in as he rolls. Gamrot. Now Charles has his back. He's got it in position for the rear naked choke. Oh. Gamrot fights off the hand. Charles uses that hand to strike. Shoots his arm in again for the rear naked choke position. Gamrot postures up. Gamrot's on 2 feet now. Charles has that body lock backpack. Looks like he has seat belt from behind. Manages to get Gamrot back down on the ground. So Charles has a body lock plus the inside hook. Thailand says, I've never seen a fighter like him that uses offensive jiu-jitsu using submissions to attack his opponent. Yeah, it's a good observation. Yeah, his grappling is on another level, really. Okay, so Charles has that body lock with his legs. And he's just, what's he doing now? Looks like he's putting himself into potential position for a rear naked choke. Just doing a bit of hand fighting right now from behind. Charles can afford to just stay here though because he has full control. The clock's going to run out, but this is a great first round for Charles. And there's the horn to signal the end of the round. I think Charles was complaining that Gamrot was grabbing the inside of his glove or something. Alright guys, so that was the first round of the main event. UFC Rio. What did you guys think? Let me know what fights you're looking forward to. Are you guys looking forward to Duradur versus Allen? How about Aspinall versus Gunn? We're not going to get Aspinall versus Jones, but we got Aspinall versus Gunn. How about Jack de la Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev? Who do you guys have in that matchup? All right, here we go. Well, very good sportsmanship. Both men touch hands or gloves to open round 2. Yeah, for sure. Sorry, is your name Tylem or Tyam? Oliveira definitely took round 1. You liked Aspinall versus Gunn? Okay. Gamrot opens up there with a nice 4-punch combination. Moves Oliveira back. Oliveira on the advance again. Snap kick by Oliveira. Gamrot with the double jab right hand. Oliveira comes right back with a jab of his own. Couple of kick attempts by Charles fall short. Gamrot throws about a 3 or 4 punch combination again. I-am. Okay, got it. And nice. Couple of nice shots there by Oliveira. Knock Gamrot's head back. Gamrot and lands a decent little short overhand right of his own. This is interesting that both men are choosing to stand and strike. Oh, Gamrot with a nice little jab to the body there. Gamrot with the jab, right hand. Charles comes right back. Looks like he stumbled Gamrot a little bit because Gamrot fell into the cage. Oh, Gamrot with a very nice 1-2. And then fell into grappling position. Oh, Oliveira with a little elbow on the way out. Hey Reggie, you missed Davison Figuereido getting a, I would say, somewhat controversial split decision victory over his American opponent. Charles had the body lock with Gamrot, elevated him, didn't get the takedown, but then now he got the takedown. And Gamrot scrambled. Gamrot's on all fours, right by the cage. Charles is right on top of him. Has underhooks from behind. Looks like he has one hook in. The camera work is a little rough this show because they keep using the camera that the ref's body is blocking, like just now. Okay, so now Charles has both hooks in. He's got the rear naked choke position. Can't tell from this camera angle if it's in or not. Oh, it is. Gamrot just tapped. And the crowd is going wild in Rio. Oh, and Charles' family is just so happy, of course. Oh yeah, this place is going crazy. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. His dad or his brother. Everybody's ecstatic. Party in Rio tonight. Yeah, let's go Charles. He just got it. He got his, that was just like a patented rear naked choke he got on Gamrot. Well, you know, props to Gamrot. He took that fight on very short notice. Stepped up to the plate. He threw hands. He looked decent. He gave a good, respectable showing for himself. So, but it's Charles Oliveira's night. This stadium's packed. It's in Rio. You know, I know Charles is from Sao Paulo, but you know, all props to him. Charles just wandered into the crowd, mixing and mingling with whomever. I guess they're trying to help him make his way back towards the cage. Charles just hugging up everybody, and everybody wants to give him a hug. Okay, so once Gamrot was against the cage, and Figuereido, and Charles got one hook in, one arm in. It wasn't much before he got the other hook in. Secured his rear naked choke position. Although I don't know if that was really a neck crank more than it was a choke, or it was just like crushing the chin more than was choking him. But I mean, regardless, he tapped. So does this justify Charles getting another title shot? What do you guys think? Oh, there's Charles. I think he's hugging up. He was hugging up Hunter Campbell. So yeah, so interesting. Two of the Brazilians walk away with the W. Charles Oliveira made it plain. I would say Davison Figueiredo did not quite make it plain, but he got the win. It looked like earlier on the card, Jose Aldo, I should say, formally retired by laying his gloves down in the cage. Okay, so you guys don't think Charles deserves a title shot? Maybe number one shot? Okay, so maybe he's another fight or two away from if you can ask for a title shot. Very competitive division, right? All right, so we'll wait. We're on commercial break. You guys tell me what are your thoughts about either MMA fights, or maybe you have some thoughts about boxing fights. Let's see what Charles has to say post-fight. All right, Charles has his whole family in the ring with him, including his baby. Charles is holding up his baby boy for the crowd. So 2 minutes and 48 seconds of the second round. Charles submits Gamrot with a rear naked choke or rear naked face crush, whatever. Okay, let me put my glasses on to read this comment. So Reggie says, I was always shocked at how young Aldo was at his peak. It always shocked me how young Aldo was at his peak. He was dominant for so long early in his career. I feel his career is often overlooked. A legend of the sport. Oh, definitely. Jose Aldo's a legend, right? Ty I Am says this is fighting soon. I think maybe in about half an hour that that card starts. Can't promise I'm gonna do another live for that. I'm getting kind of tired of this. I shouldn't say that. It just does get draining doing lives after a while. All right, Reggie, you don't have to apologize for anything. Ty I Am. Yeah, I appreciate it. Are you guys planning on watching Boots? All right, let's see what Charles... Charles says that this fight is all for the Brazilian fans. This being says it's a perfect night for him. Got a submission over a dangerous opponent. His family's all here. Yeah, do you guys know anything about the guy Boots is fighting? I've never heard of him before. No disrespect to him, but I mean, I'm expecting it to be a blowout for Boots, so.
When I finish the fight, I said I need one more drink from Phil to get my parents in here, get my family in here, and Hunter, I don't even know if I should be saying this, but, in here, but thank you for everything. Thank you for this opportunity. I love you, man. It seemed like there was nobody.
Oliveira expresses gratitude to Hunter Campbell. Who do I think Crawford will fight next? Ty I Am is asking. I don't know anything about his opponent. Crawford kind of hit the jackpot with Canelo, so it's kind of like, where do you go from here, right? Like, there's no bigger fighter to fight, certainly money-wise or whatever, than Canelo. Does he go back down to 154 to face Ennis? That would truly be an interesting fight, but I don't think he wants to go back down. I also don't think that Boots Ennis is quite ready for Crawford at 154. So that's kind of a hopeful, I wish we could make that fight, but I don't think it'll happen. Reggie says, feels like a standard boxing affair. Big name fights, big name fighters, a bit of a tin can. Yeah, well, that's why Dana White says boxing is broken. And then I heard one of the UK sports commentators say, hey, well, it's not broken in the UK, and I would tend to agree with him. All right, so Charles always says something like, he does this for the people. He wants them to know you could come from the favela and still make it. So very, very inspirational story, you know. Ty IM says Andre Ward and Roy Jones did a really good breakdown on the state of boxing. Okay, well maybe I'll check it out. The thing is, they are on that side of boxing that got paid, so to really understand why it's so broken here in the U.S., you got to understand why the entry level of boxing is broken, but the entry level in the UK is not broken. I should probably do a much longer podcast about that in general. I was going to call it Why I Love UK Boxing, and I do. It's just it's real. Let's see. Mainly because the fights, there's real fights. Fighters still take risks in the UK. We're getting good fights made, and I feel like there's a solid base of, you need a solid base of entry-level fighters at that local level boxing card, and we don't have that anymore in the US. Yeah, it's way more accessible in the UK. Oh, cool, Reggie. Yeah, there's really good grassroots for boxing in the UK. How do they do it? Like through, is it free programs for kids or that kind of thing? I mean, there used to be more of that in the US. There used to be, someone told me that a lot of the Catholic churches used to have boxing programs, but then there was a problem, somebody got hurt or something, so they had to stop that. After that, we used to have programs like what we call the Police Athletic League. That stopped. I don't know why. I went and trained there during my amateur career. And though technically, professionals weren't supposed to go in there and adults, but we did. Ty AM said the prisons had boxing leagues. Yeah, that's true too. That's, where some of our friends like Bernard Hawkins started or continued after they got out. Ty IM, where are you from? Yeah, B-Hop, exactly. What else did we used to have? We used to have boys and girls clubs, police athletic leagues. Oh, you're from the US. Okay, cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know, I think it's also part of the whole, everyone gets a trophy mentality that boxing is just a hard sport. So it seems like kids don't want to do that type of sport anymore. Whereas, I don't know, it used to be more popular. Hey, Sean James. Well, we just finished MMA. We did boxing earlier today. Did the heavyweight matchup between Dave Allen and Arslanbek Mahmudov. Just finished UFC Rio. Davison Figuereido won a controversial split decision, and Charles Oliveira got the stoppage win, made it plain versus Gamrot. Reggie says there are just tons of boxing schools. That's cool. It's not in the public school curriculum or anything, but it's easy to get into if you're so inclined. Okay, well that's the most important part. Like a child has to be able to just get to a program on their own, after school, on the weekends. It can't cost a ton of money because they may not be able to get that out of their parents, and they have to be able to get to the gym on their own steam, like just walk or ride their bike, right? Ty IM says it's all about who is the A side and who wants to be the best. Yeah, true. Hello, Pumbaa the pig. Oh, Sean James says, who didn't see Oliveira stoppage? Yeah. Yeah, rear naked choke. So, kind of predictable, right? All right, guys, so I'm going to go for another couple minutes here because we're almost hitting 1 hour. Jay Will, why do I watch UFC over boxing? You've seen boxing all the time. I don't watch UFC over boxing. We watched boxing earlier in the day. Heavyweights, Dave Allen versus Makhmudov. I wanted to watch, to be honest, I'm not interested. I was only interested in Oliveira and Davison Figuereido. So it's not really an either or. Whoops. Leave that up. Hang on. But the problem with the boxing is it's just so predictable. I mean, do you honestly think there's a chance that Boots Ennis will lose? Yeah, exactly. Ty IM says, will Dana White and Turkey fix boxing? Well, Turkey certainly has the money to throw at the heavyweight fights that we want to see. So I don't know that that's not a complete fix, but we can certainly get some fights made. I think what Dana is referring to, and everyone's always criticizing him, oh, no one's going to want your stupid Zuffa belt, you don't pay enough, your pay scale is too low. Well, Dana's not trying to grab all the top tier boxers. He's looking at, I think, he's looking at, and he even said it, he's looking at doing for boxing what he's done for MMA with his Dana White Contender Series. He wants to do a parallel for boxing, which makes sense. You know, he wants to try to help out or try to find these entry-level guys. He's not trying to move everybody over into his promotion because guys are already signed, right? Turkey is doing that top level, top tier, top shelf boxers, right? Because he can offer the huge purses. Sean says, right. Oh, Jay Will says, who won? Dave Allen? No, unfortunately, Dave wasn't busy enough, and Makhmudov did get the unanimous decision, which was not an outcome I would have predicted. Sean James says, looking forward to Boots, but it pisses me off with these opponents. Well, yeah, and that's, again, that's not Boots. That's the promotion. That's the broadcast distribution, blah, blah. Hold on. Still trying to see if I can get the boxing stream. Yeah, I was bummed out that Dave Allen lost. Lima has power and has been in with some solid guys. Yeah, Boots should win for sure. I mean, he's the money bag, so he's got to win. All right. Sean James says, Dana wants to build superstars on reality shows. I can't lie, I'd watch it. Yeah, I'd watch his reality shows for sure. But I don't think he's trying to build superstars. I think he's just trying to literally find contenders, just like he did with he does with his MMA contenders series. I mean, not all of those guys go on to become superstars in the UFC, but I mean, if he signs 100 guys and one guy turns out to be a superstar, I mean, it's a win for him, right? Okay, so it looks like the boxing stream is on commercial break at the moment. I don't know. Did you guys watch the whole Davison Figuereido fight? In the replay, they're showing him get some really nice takedowns versus Jackson. So I'm guessing they gave Figuereido the first and second rounds. It'd be interesting to see the scorecards on that one. But here's the thing, he didn't really go for it in the third round. So, you know, that's why you can hear a lot of whistles from the audience, because those are boos. Europeans and I guess maybe South Americans boo by whistling. Thai IM, is it on DAZN? Yes, the Boots Ennis fight is on DAZN. Thai IM says, yes, I watched it, lackluster performance. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to point out. It's like he didn't really go for it in the third round, which is what you'd want to see from somebody who, you know, wants to be a world class or wants to be a champion and wants to say, hey, I want a title shot. All right, gonna wait a few more minutes to see what's going on with this DAZN card and who's up. All right, so we got, is that Chris Mannix with no tie and a suit and dress shirt talking to, I don't know who these guys are. All right, hang on one sec. So I'm not so interested in the boxing at the moment. Oh, the boxing side, we're showing Diego Pacheco for some reason. All right. So they're interviewing Davison and Figuereido, and he was asked if anything about his opponent surprised him. Excuse me. Figuereido said he was surprised at how well his opponent was able to defend his takedown attempts. Thai IM, did you guys watch the last Katie Taylor-Serrano fight? No, I did not. Did you enjoy it? Thank you so much, Reggie. He says don't forget to drop a like on the stream. Really appreciate it, guys. You can also do something called hyping. I don't know how you do that, but if you feel like hyping the video, I don't know if you can hype a live. If you want to hype any of my videos, that would be truly appreciated. Thank you, Reggie. Bless you too. I appreciate your support with this stream. And thank you for vetting some of the comments on here. Thai IM says the fight not so much, but the production was outstanding. Oh, okay, so might be worth checking out. Okay, so Vicente Luque lost to Alvarez, I think. Thai IM says Alvarez is very dangerous. Oh, wow. Very interesting. All right, hi Richard. How are you doing? Happy birthday. Reggie, I have no idea why that guy just made that request. A lot of people come on live streams and say, hey, it's my birthday, XYZ. Just very weird. Alright, so interesting that on this matchroom card, we have Guido Vianello, who's the guy who knocked out Makhmudov. He's fighting on this card. Or he's fighting, yeah, he's fighting on this card. I see he's training with Sugar Hill at a Kronk gym. Showing him warm up. Interesting, we got a big southpaw. Okay, let's see. Alright, for the UFC post-fight, we got Rashad Evans. Gosh, who is that woman? And, sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I am. Are you guys Glory fans? I don't watch that much. I mean, I'll look stuff up maybe on YouTube after the fact, but... Alright, so looks like we are... okay, my fault. We are going to look at a Canadian, Barriere, versus the Italian, Vianello. This is a heavyweight matchup. That's what's playing on the zone card at the moment. I was amazed that this guy, who is it, Diniz, the Brazilian heavyweight, did not tap for this arm lock versus Mario Pinto, but Pinto finally did prevail. Alright guys, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to this Hamaguchi Fight channel. I am a pro fighter. I am a U.S. National Judo champ. I enjoy doing breakdowns of boxing fights and MMA fights. Alright, right now, just looking over at this boxing fight, Vianello is wearing a mask. Always a bad thing to do. At least he has big eye holes. I think he's trying to play up the gladiator thing here. But, okay, good, he took the mask off. In my opinion, you should not block light to your eyes, especially before the fight. And you should do the opposite. You should flood your eyeballs with light. Do I still practice judo at all? No, I don't. I don't. I haven't really practiced judo in a long time. I kind of got burnt out of it a while ago. But I'll always support it. You know, I'll always encourage people to take it up, and definitely think it's a great thing for kids to do. Alright, Taiyan tells us Pinto is very good. He trains with Aspinall. Okay, interesting. Yeah, he's obviously from overseas. I didn't realize he's training in the UK, I guess. Here we go. In a boxing match. We have Barriere walking out now. Alright, so they got the Terminator dude doing the ring announcing in the US. I really preferred the British ring announcer that DAZN had in Sheffield. Interesting, so we've got Alan Jubain, Rashad Evans, and I'm sorry I forgot that woman's name, doing the post-fight breakdown for the UFC. And no diss to this guy. Well, I shouldn't say that because I am dissing him. The guy that looks like the Terminator, I really don't like him, but that's another story. Thai IM says my Krav Maga coach was an Israeli national champion judo. Okay, cool. Yeah, Israel actually has quite a good judo team. I met this woman named Yael. She was I think a bronze medalist or maybe silver medalist, but I think she was Israel's first Olympic medalist in any sport, and it was judo. So, pretty cool person. Alright guys, look, I'm going to call it an evening in a moment with this stream. I may resume. Ghost says Charles was reckless in the second. A good striker like, or boxer like Holloway or Ilya would have punished him. Right, but he knew who he was in with, so, I mean, he got away with whatever he got away with. And then he got the finish in the end, so. Ty IM says, oh, your coach trained her. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Is she still involved with judo? It's interesting. I mean, I know she's pretty much a national hero, right? Yael Arad, I think that was her name. She'd come over to the U.S. a bit. I met her probably in France. And Charles we trust. That's funny. Okay. They're asking Charles if he expected Gamrot to shoot so early in the first round. Oh, cool. Thank you, Ty IM. Hey, Ty IM, make sure you subscribe so you can, keep commenting on some of our other videos and whatnot so we can stay in touch. Konstantinos, Charles for president. Cool. Oh, so apparently Charles says he wants to fight for the BMF title versus Max Holloway. Okay, so that's interesting. So they're saying maybe Charles can fight for the BMF title. I don't know. All right, Ty IM says Gamrot shoots. That's pretty much all he does. Yeah, I guess he's got a wrestling background. All right, so in the boxing ring, just since we're here anyways, we're seeing a pretty decent technical heavyweight fight. Both guys look like they're in shape. We've got an open stance matchup here with Vianello fighting an orthodox, Barriers fighting out of southpaw stance. Area and doing a lot of the jab cancellation, pity pat stuff. But for a heavyweight matchup, it's pretty active right now. I mean, early on in the fight, first round scheduled for 10. Barrier is the one bouncing in and out. Vianello's a little more stationary and coming forward. I like how Vianello has a very disciplined guard, classic guard, Right hand right by his chin, left hand raised. All right, Ty, I am. All right, thank you very much for joining us, Ty, I am. Please do hit the subscribe button, and please keep commenting on our lives and our videos. I appreciate you joining us. All right, sounds good. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it an evening. This heavyweight fight on DAZN, it looks decent, it's technical, so if you are still hungry for more fight action, I would say tune in. Maybe you can get a free live stream. But yeah, check out this heavyweight matchup on the DAZN app if you have it. All right, guys, so I'll give you a few more seconds to throw up your final thoughts. Thank you very much, Reggie. Really appreciate you. Appreciate you moderating and vetting the comments and everything. So have a great evening. Have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you guys soon on the next one. All right. Have a good one, you guys.